Hi there, this is Wayne Sadin, host of Acceleration Economy, Future CXO and Board Channel, doing 2 minutes of tech talk for the top executives. And as we run up to the Cloud Wars Expo in San Francisco, California, June 28th to 30th at Moscone Center, we're talking a lot about industry clouds now, and certainly we'll be talking about them then. And I want to share with everybody Sadin's Law of Big System Implementation. This is something I came up with over 30 years of implementing ERPs and EHRs and CRMs and other big software systems on mainframes, mini computers, and now hyperscale cloud. And the law goes this way. 80 plus 10 plus 10 equals 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3. What does that mean? It means that 80% of the processes of most organizations are the same. You buy, you sell, you make, you ship, you return, you extend credit, you hire, you fire, you promote. These are all the normal functions of business, and that's about 80% of most companies. 10% is industry customization. It's the regulations that relate to your industry, to your product line, to your geography. Are you IFRS or GAAP? Are you privacy in EU or privacy in California or in Texas? Are you making a product? Are you shipping something in the retail business? So that would be like adjusted EBITDA that's used to explain why your numbers aren't what they look like under GAAP or IFRS, and so on. The other 10% is folklore. It's what we do in our company that's different than what everybody else does. And I say this having worked sometimes for two competitors in the same industry. And each company does the same things completely differently. And each company assures me they're right and the other people are wrong. You ever go through the airports with the TSA and every TSA is different and they all assure you they're right and everybody else is wrong? Yeah, it's like that. So there's your 80 plus 10 plus 10 is the process complexity and differentiation. But that's not how it works when you go implement. So if you're the CIO or the CTO or the CEO or the change management team, here's how the work and the costs break down. 1/3 of your time is spent implementing the 80% horizontal or standard solution. Nobody argues over the purchase order format or how the paycheck is written. There are standards for that. The vendor has it built into their system. You tweak the forms and it goes in with little argument. Then you spend 1/3 of your time on the industry side. What makes your industry different? That may be regulations. That may be specialized reporting. That may be security requirements. It may be integrating a plethora of packages or writing custom code to connect to your factory controllers or your trucks or your satellites in outer space. And the last 1/3 of your time is spent talking the company out of all the dumb things they've been doing for 10, 20, 30, 50 years because a manager used to be there, or a regulation was in effect, or we bought a company and this is how they did it, but we don't do it that way anymore. So that's why the rule of thumb is 80 plus 10 plus 10 equals 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Now, if the ERP, EHR, CRM, blah, blah, blah vendor has the first 1/3 nailed, that's relatively easy. You get 80% for 1/3 of your time and money. But that next 10% normally costs you another 1/3. Well, in an industry cloud, the vendor has taken care of a lot of that. So that second 1/3 of your time and cost and complexity and testing and ongoing maintenance gets buried under the covers of the industry cloud vendor. And that leaves you plenty of time and energy to discuss with your company why you're doing that last 1/3, and hopefully you can squeeze that down and fit it into the horizontal and the industry vertical solution and reduce your time to value even more. So 80 plus 10 plus 10 equals 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3. Let's talk about that in San Francisco, California, June 28th to 30th.
Join thousands of CXOs June 28th to 30th in San Francisco, California at Cloud Wars Expo to explore this digital future and discover ideas, insights, and relationships that can make it real. We will consider what is possible, challenge tradition, and surround ourselves with a new kind of analyst. An analyst for the acceleration economy that focuses less on quadrants and waves and more on what really matters. Register today at cloudwarsexpo.com.